Hello there, guys. Welcome back to the 6 Yard Banter. So it's Monday, the 2nd of March 2026, and I'm going to be completely honest with you all. I haven't slept a wink. I am absolutely fuming, and I hope you all have recovered better than I have from that abysmal display at the Emirates yesterday, because I highly doubt it. We are sitting here looking at the club that has spent over £2 billion. Okay, let that sink in. £2 billion, and we are still making the same amateur Sunday league mistakes week in, week out. We go to the Arsenal and we play well for large portions. We build from the back beautifully well, and then we just hand them the points on a silver platter. They did not work so hard to win the game. We just handed the win over to them. I just want to quickly talk about our lack of discipline and our defensive immaturity that we've been noticing since the start of this season. And I'll just start with the man between the sticks. And I just want to say a big thank you to Robert Sanchez. You, Sanchez, handed the win over to Arsenal in the Carabao Cup semi-final in the first game. And thank you for that. And yesterday, you decided to do the same thing. Hand the win over to Arsenal. If you're an Arsenal fan, how about you just say you want to go to Arsenal? Why do you always have to be the one to put us at the sword or put us to the sword? Because I've tried, guys. I've really, really tried. I've tried for so long to defend him. And you guys can bear me witness that I've been here praising Sanchez for the improvements that they've shown since the start of the season. Okay, but for some weird reasons that I cannot explain, when it comes to facing Arsenal, Sanchez is the one to put us to the sword. I've tried to see the vision, to believe in his short stopping ability. But how many times does he have to cost us this? The Carabao Cup semi-final, he was the one. Against Manchester United, he was the one. And yesterday again, he basically gave us now the 3 points without them having to fight for anything. And then he comes out, try to get the referee to check VAR. There was pushing. What pushing was that? What push? What is it going on about? The second goal, Julian Timber, he was caught in no man's land. I do not know what he was doing. I need to understand what goes on in the minds of these guys. He just dives for the sake of diving. He disappears into himself, and we can't find the Sanchez that we've been praising for vast majority of the season. And then he has the audacity to try to protest to the ref. And that's what pisses me off the most. The most. When you spend £2 billion on a squad, you shouldn't be praying your keeper doesn't have a classic Sanchez moment. Every time the ball is at his feet or in the air, the squad cost is 1.746 million euros. Not million, billions rather. What am I saying? Billion euros to assemble, and the most expensive in history. And we can't even get the basics right. That's the irony of it all. It just makes you wonder what the sporting directors are actually looking at, or what in the data made this team or this crop of players outstanding. Because everything is data based. The only positive for me was Reece James Joao Pedro, and the coming on of Romeo Lavia. When he came up for the final 15 minutes, the organization was night and day. And this is not me going on at Andre Santos, because Santos held his own. But there is a massive difference between Lavia and Andre Santos right now. Lavia was backing others, setting the shape, and actually looked like a professional footballer who knew where to stand, and why he didn't start is beyond me. Even while we were 10 man against an 11 men Arsenal team. San Romeo Lavia was a difference maker. Now, I need to talk about someone who has really, really pissed me off. And that's Pedro Neto. I've defended this man for a long time when other fans were when the rest of the fans were at him and would not get off his back. There were talks about Pedro Neto being suggested to be dropped. Well, I never joined. Okay, I said no because of his work rate. It was how direct he was and all that. Okay, I said to myself that I kept saying many times that we need his speed, we need his directness and all that. But that tackle yesterday, my God, that second yellow card just 3 minutes after being booked for dissent, and then the annoying part is actually saying that he did not know that he was booked. He already had an initial yellow card. He didn't have. He didn't know that he was already yellow carded earlier, and that's the height of it for me. Okay, Pedronet, you're a speed star. There was no way Martinelli was going to outrun you. Okay, at worst you could just stay on your feet and delay him. You keep him there and hold him down until the rest of your teammates, okay, get back into shape. What could have been the worst case scenario? Instead, you make a silly, cynical, reckless sliding tackle that you were never ever going to win. It's just so irritating, such an erratic behavior. And now I think we need to change the name from Chelsea to Red Card FC, because we've picked up the seventh yellow card. And the annoying part is that these red cards are given to players that are supposed to be seen as the senior players. 9 red cards in all competition. We keep self-sabotaging ourselves. And I just have one simple message for Pedro Neto. Okay, you either sit up or you get dropped. Okay, because you let the rest of your teammate down. Arsenal wasn't guaranteed to win the game yesterday if we're still 11v11. That was a betrayal of the team's hard work. And then we're just down now to Cole Palmer and Garnacho to be the available senior wingers. Nice try, Pedro Neto. Okay, nice try. All right, nice try. I want to just try and give my player rating, because there's nothing really to rate here. Okay, Robert Sanchez, thank you again for gifting the win to Arsenal. You're so perilous in possession, and you and oh God. 3 for Sanchez. Rhys James, I'm going to give him a 7 because of the crosses and everything. Rhys James was the only standout player. Him, Joao Pedro, okay, were the only standout player. okay, for the entirety of the game. Rich James was one of those who showed up. His delivery for the equalizer that led to the own goal via Nkapi was wicked, and that keeps showing why Rich James is seen as the best right back in Europe. So Rich James 7 out of 10. Trevor Chalobah, I'm just going to give him a solid 6. Was solid enough, but for some reason I do not know. It's either one of the centre back is good in the air and the other is not. They are just not a complete package. The lapses in concentration is just not it at all for me. And then I'm going to give Mamadou Sarr a 6 as well, because he had a nervous start on his full debut, but he kept Gyökeres quiet for most part of the game. And he didn't look out of place. Then Joel Alto, I'm going to give him 6, because even though Bukayo Saka was very tough on him, he still held his ground, was professional, and was a very, very good display against Saka. But we miss Cucurella. Then I'm going to give Moises Caicedo a 6, because he was sweeping and he did everything he could possibly do, but it just wasn't enough. Okay, you could see that he's exhausted from cleaning up everyone else's messes. And then I'm going to talk about Andre Santos. I'm not here to slag off Santos and all that, because you don't expect him to. I mean, the kid is still a very, very young man. Okay, he's just starting to get consistent run of games. Okay, so there are times he's going to be up against things that he's not even seen before, and this is where lack of experience is costing the team. Okay, so I'm giving Andre Santos a 5, because we've seen Santos do more than he did in the game. And then I'm giving Enzo Fernandez also a 5. Was just average today for me. I've seen better games from Enzo Fernandez than the one I saw yesterday, and he got booked again for dissent. We just keep giving ourselves, we just keep drawing cards to ourselves unwarranted. Cole Palmer, we need to start talking about Cole Palmer, because without Cole Palmer converting penalty from the penalty spot, I don't think Cole Palmer would have any. I don't think I'm seeing a major impact from Cole Palmer on the team. And the Arsenal player, they doubled up on him, and we 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 had no way to get him on the ball, especially in dangerous areas. And then Pedro Neto, I'm going to give him a 1. Okay, for being generous. I'm being generous, giving him a 1. I would give him 0. As a matter of fact, I will give him -10. But because he worked out early on, that red card was a poor, just watered down everything that he had done earlier. And I'm giving Joao Pedro a 6. Worked hard, held his own ground, was even drawing the centre back out of position and all that. If Joao Pedro and Cole Palmer were in sync today, I believe that they would have exploited the openings created by Joao Pedro. But for some weird reasons, Cole Palmer looks a shadow of himself this season. I don't know if he's not yet 100% fit or not. I do not know. And then Romeo Lavia, he came on in the 15th minute and in the remaining 15 minutes of the game, and he showed why Romeo Lavia is one of the best midfielders when on the pitch. It did not look like we were one man down when Romeo Lavia came on. And that's why he's been a big miss for most part of the game, of the season. And now I want to talk about the VAR and the handball controversy. Because honestly, for me, let's just scrap VAR. Okay, let's just scrap it. Let's get rid of it once and for all. Okay, it has done nothing but ruin the spirit of the game. Yesterday again was another perfect example. Declan Rice, clear as day, moves his arm up to the ball in the box. It's a handball. Ian Wright confirmed that is a handball. This is an Arsenal legend confirming it to be a handball. Mark Clattenburg, former referee, also confirmed it to be a handball. So why would the officials in the VAR room not award a penalty? I mean, these are the things that just keep moving the goalposts every now and then. It's baffling, it's shocking. Clattenburg said it, Gary Neville said it, the whole world saw it, and it's only VAR that didn't see it. Nothing. Then let's talk about the grappling, Joao Pedro being manhandled, Jorelato being manhandled. It's no longer football, it becomes wrestling. Chelsea players are getting wrestled to the ground every now and then, and there is nobody. The officials do not see anything wrong in that. As if it's WWE match. Saliba had two arms around him and it's no foul. Neto gets fouled. It's not a foul. But the moment a Chelsea player complains, or the moment the Chelsea player breathes on an Arsenal shirt, the whistle goes off. It just looked like the game was already sold for me, even before the game started. And I'm tired of the inconsistencies of this VAR and the officials. A foul is a foul. Just give it and move on from there. How do you keep misinterpreting or keep interpreting something you keep shifting or moving the goalpost every time? Let's just scrap this VAR thing. Let's just scrap it. This is the reason why English referees are not regarded in the Champions League. They do not get any form of respect because they are just so inconsistent and terrible at officiating. And this is just another prime example of it. If you're not going to use the technology to catch blatant handballs like that of Declan Rice, then what's the point? It's calm now. It's a scam. Just get rid of it and let's just get back the spirit of the football that we used to enjoy, because you guys have ruined everything. We do not even know how to interpret football anymore. So where do we go from here now? Where do we go from here? So that's all I have to say concerning VAR and the officiating in English football. It's baffling. It's shocking. Right now we need to fix up. Now we are now sixth in the table, 3 points behind Liverpool. Liverpool have jumped us because they won their game against they won their last game. Aston Villa lost their game against Wolves and it was an opportunity. Arsenal did not play great. They just won through set piece, and that has been the story of Arsenal from the start of the season. If we had our heads on our neck screwed on, I don't think Arsenal would have walked away with 3 points. At the least, we would leave the Emirates with a point. Now, Manchester United have leapfrogged us and they are now sitting comfortably in third position. The Champions League race is slipping very fast away from us. And if we miss out on Champions League, say goodbye to Cole Palmer, even if Cole Palmer has not been great this season. Players like Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, because they're not going to stay for Europa League football. And we need to address the stupid, silly behaviors. And Liam Rosino needs to get even tougher. If Sanchez is going to keep costing us, then I think we should just start playing Jorgensen. I'd rather if if any player decides to get himself red card again, let him just stay on the bench, or let him just go to the bomb squad and stay there for a month. We need players to start to start being accountable. We need accountability. And this club needs to find its grit, and as soon as yesterday. Let's just the money has been spent. This is what we have. Okay? We have got the talent, but now that talent needs to start speaking like with immediate effect. We need the souls, we need the bravery, we need everything right now, because we cannot afford to miss out on Champions League. Chelsea will hit rock bottom. We need players that hate losing as much as we do. Let me know what you guys think about everything that I've said. Okay, should Sanchez be dropped for good? Is it time to scrap the VAR? I say yes. Okay, and am I being too harsh on Neto, or has it finally crossed the line? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Okay, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the 6-yard banter, and let's pray we find some discipline before the next heavyweight clash, and that's against Aston Villa. Blue is a color, but right now it looks like red. Okay, and it's very frustrating, a very frustrating shade of blue. Anyway, I'm out. See you guys. Take care. Bye.